They don't have any faith in Gavin Newsom.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of funny because he wants to be president so bad.
That's true what it looks
But
like.
you can't ruin a city and then go on to ruin a state and say, guys, that was just practice.
I know.
Once I get it as a president, I'm going to fix it too.
Well, you can't, it's not his words when he speaks.
Yeah.
You have to watch him closely. And some genius decided not to film him any lower than the shoulder.
Yes, did you? Yes.
So what did he do?
You couldn't see the hands.
No, but he sent Morse code.
So apparently, Joe Rogan and Tyrus finally got tired of Gavin Newsom's perfect hair, smooth talk, and shiny politics, and now they're calling it all out. And yeah, they're dropping secrets so wild, even California's wildfires can't compete. So what did they uncover? Why is half of Hollywood panicking while the other half is acting like they don't care? Buckle up, because this one's about to get strange, funny, and a little too real.
Yeah.
You have the highest unemployment.
Yeah.
You have the highest homelessness.
Look what they did with Hollywood.
Money's missing. You killed Hollywood. Like, Hollywood doesn't exist anymore. It's literally gone.
That was such
you
an easy one.
mandated vaccines for kids that didn't need them. You guys...
What I saw,
Yeah.
it looked to me like he was negotiating with a deaf prostitute.
If you're enjoying this, please subscribe to the channel. It helps more than you think. Joe Rogan and Tyrus going after Gavin Newsom was not on anyone's 2025 bingo card. But here we are, watching California's most camera-ready politician get roasted harder than a hot LA summer day. You could almost hear the gasp from every avocado toast fan from Malibu to San Francisco when they drop that truth bomb. Because let's be real, when Rogan and Tyrus start talking, somebody's PR team is already squeezing a stress ball.
I mean, it's so crazy, but he's such a great politician. I mean,
No, he's
he's
not.
so smooth.
He's
You
not,
don't think
though.
so?
No, I think he's terrible.
How's
It's
he
just-
remained
it's
in
'cause
power
he
for
has
so long?
Low competition. There's no one who's
there's
good
that.
is competing against him.
I
There's
guess
no
that-
sincerity.
I should say he's not a good. I should say he's smooth. He comes.
I
across
mean,
pretty
he's a
smooth.
good bullshit artist.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But it's like what the things that he says when he gets confronted with the we're the highest this and the highest that. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like everybody's
It started innocent enough. Just a casual talk, a few jokes, and then boom, Newsom's name drops into the conversation like a vegan burger at a Texas barbecue. And just like that, the calm is gone. Because nobody's safe when Joe Rogan starts connecting dots. And Tyrus? Well, Tyrus doesn't connect dots. He swings hammers.
You can watch it. Look at the blinking. Blink, look. Meet me at the house. Like, he's blinking. He's sending. I'm getting there. Hey, just so you know, I'm not wearing pants.
Ew.
And then, look, he's blinking. And then eventually, the camera guy realizing that he's signaling him, so he gets appalled, leans back, camera comes down, and then we're back to this. I'll do this for you. You do this for me a little. So he's saying whatever he's going to say. There it is. See? They couldn't hold him back. He's like, I'm not on film. Oh, I'm not. Nope. Bring my hands up. Bring him up. Bring him up. Bring him up. Bring him up.
He throws the whole whiteboard across the room and dares anyone to prove him wrong. Now, Gavin Newsom has been the golden boy of California politics for so long, you'd think he was grown in a Napa Valley vineyard next to the Pinot Noir. Perfect teeth, shampoo commercial hair, and speeches so polished they could pass his TED Talks on charm.
Newsom told the Los Angeles Times Panera would not be exempt from the law. The spokesperson also did not acclaim the Bloomberg piece, which cited sources close to the matter that Newsom pushed for an exemption that applies to businesses that bake bread and sell it as a standalone item, calling the report absurd. So is it a fake story?
Or is it something that they
might have corrected
hustled
course
on and
quickly?
corrected course quickly? Yeah.
Yeah. Roll up to the top. So where's the initial report? Let's find the initial report.
But somewhere along the way, the California dream he sold started looking less like paradise and more like a dystopian Netflix show, where rent costs a kidney and every street corner feels like a social experiment. So when Rogan and Tyrus pulled back the curtain, it wasn't just for laughs. It turned into a full-on demolition derby of egos and hypocrisy. Rogan came in with his usual mix of logic and what-if questions. Tyrus just folded his arms, gave that look, and turned Newsom's whole brand of politics into a comedy special. Picture it, two guys talking about leadership, laughing, shaking their heads, slowly realizing the truth about Gavin Newsom might be way too shiny to be real. And still, Newsom's out there smiling like a toothpaste model, saying everything's fine. It's almost impressive, like watching someone rearrange deck chairs on the Titanic while claiming the ship just invented floating. And Tyrus, being Tyrus, didn't hold back either.
Back and watch the tape.
Yes.
He literally goes, I want some of this, then you do some of this, and I'll do some of that back to you, and then we'll do this, and then I'll pay you, and then we'll do it again.
True.
And then she kept saying, no. Okay, how about this? You do this one first, then we do this one, then we give a little back and forth.
He pointed out that California's biggest export isn't film or tech anymore, it's people. Folks are leaving the state like contestants on a bad reality show where the final challenge is surviving the electric bill. And the irony? Every time someone moves out, Newsom calls it growth. Sure, if growth means Texas getting bigger by the day. Rogan, being the philosopher with a punchline, had to go deeper. He started asking the kind of questions that make politicians sweat. The kind that sounds simple until you realize there's no safe answer. Like, how does a state with more money than God still have roads that look like they were attacked by a toddler with a hammer? Or why does every new green plan somehow come with more smoke from another wildfire? From there, the talk shifted from roast to real talk. Because while everyone's busy whispering about Newsom's rumored presidential dreams, Rogan and Tyrus asked the one question nobody in the mainstream seems brave enough to say out loud. Does anyone outside of California actually want California's problems sent across the whole country? And the truth they exposed wasn't about secret scandals or dark deals. It was about perception.
Why would Bloomberg spread bullshit? Bloomberg is a financial paper, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's not something...
I don't think it would be.
You really can't do that if you're running a financial paper. It's not like the New York Times. The New York Times can say Israel bombed the hospital and 500 people are killed and put it on the front page, even if it's not true. And everybody just assumes it's true because it's the New York Times. But they can kind of get away with that.
Yeah.
And then they still...
The idea is that Gavin Newsom has crafted an image so untouchable that no matter what's falling apart behind him, he just smiles, rolls up his sleeves, and blames climate change. It's like the political version of, it's not you, it's me, but with higher taxes and zero accountability. And yet, the guy's got charisma. You can't deny it. He could probably convince a room full of people that paying $12 for a green smoothie is patriotic. Rogan even joked, well, kind of implied, that Newsom's real power comes from making chaos look like progress. Who else could spin mass homelessness, power outages, and gas prices higher than a SpaceX launch into a vision for the future? Tyrus, the heavyweight cynic, called it out for what it is: political theater at its finest. California isn't a state anymore, it's a stage. The funniest part? Every time someone calls him out, he doubles down with that smirk that basically says, "You'll still vote for me." And honestly, a lot do, because he's got that hypnotic Hollywood aura that makes people forget how messy things really are. It's like being stuck in traffic while the driver insists it's an innovative journey. Rogan and Tyrus basically turned this into a masterclass in political branding. How to look flawless while the foundation crumbles beneath you.
With the California budget cuts and stuff, since they didn't have a hearing impaired transitioner anymore, I'm not paying money for that. I'll do it myself. So, you know. A little bit of bubble. Yeah. No. Could you imagine if you were the sign person for the TV going?
No, he reminds me there of, remember the guy who did the sign language at Mandela's?
How to smile through the smoke. How to turn every disaster into a perfect soundbite. If there were an Olympic event for blame shifting, Newsom would have more gold than Michael Phelps. Then came the part that made half the internet lose it. Tyrus pointed out that Newsom's rise has been suspiciously spotless for a guy running a state that constantly looks like it's mid-apocalypse. Fires, floods, blackouts, billion-dollar scandals. Somehow, the guy walks away unscathed. It's like he's got plot armor crafted by the scriptwriters of modern politics. Rogan laughed because, of course, it's absurd. How do you stay that clean in that much chaos? It's like watching someone wear white at a barbecue and stroll out without a single stain. Either he's got supernatural luck, or someone's secretly editing reality for him. The conversation spiraled into media bias, Hollywood worship, and the strange cult of personality surrounding Newsom. The man doesn't even need a campaign manager anymore. Vanity Fair's basically doing it for him. Add some soft lighting, a drone shot of California's coastline, and boom, half the country swoons before they remember gas is still $7 a gallon. Rogan, ever the curious contrarian, pointed out just how odd it is that Newsom keeps appearing on national platforms, almost like he's auditioning for something even bigger.
Some of the success that they're hanging their hat on is his social media campaign where he talks like Trump.
It's no longer the rule of law. It's increasingly the rule of done.
So he's got a bunch of people from his organization that tweet for him, and they tweet like Trump, and they're saying this has elevated him in the public's eye. That's terrifying.
You've seen it across the board. People are scared to death of this guy.
He's starting to learn the internet sensibility.
It's the appalling silence. It's the complicity. You're seeing the most successful, wealthiest people scared to death of this guy.
Which is heavily trolling, does very well. What he has is a terrible...
And maybe he is. Maybe California was just the warm-up act. But as Rogan and Tyrus kept hinting, if this is the preview, America might want to read the reviews before buying tickets. Because if the truth they revealed says anything, it's that the Gavin Newsom brand runs on perception more than performance. It's not about results, it's about the vibe. And right now, the vibe? Chaos. With good hair. They didn't even have to say it outright. It was obvious. The man could probably declare a state of emergency over bad lighting, and someone would still call it progressive. Meanwhile, ordinary Californians are just trying to guess which apocalypse is next. Earthquake, wildfire, or tax hike. By the middle of the conversation, Rogan had gone full Socratic, questioning whether America's obsession with image has completely replaced its interest in competence. Because Newsom, love him or hate him, is the living embodiment of the Instagram politician. Smooth, shiny, and filtered to perfection. Just don't zoom in too close. Tyrus jumped in, pointing out that the real power lies in how effortlessly Newsom makes people believe he's solving problems just by acknowledging them. It was half roast, half revelation, and 100% uncomfortable for anyone defending California's so-called success story. And yet, it was hard not to laugh, because in a world where everyone's pretending everything's fine, a little sarcasm feels like the last honest language left.
Hand gestures match the words coming out of his mouth.
Right. Yes,
if the president was like, we want peace in the Middle East, you know what I'm saying? He would be like,
right,
and like,
that's it. That it is. It's the contrast.
Yeah, like Gavin, his hands are aggressive. You know.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of theories. One, it was a bad negotiation with a deaf hooker. You know, now he doesn't want to pay for, you know.
Do you have a problem with deaf hookers?
He does, because the deal went south.
It's called the Helen Kellen special.
Rogan and Tyrus didn't set out to take down Gavin Newsom. They just accidentally revealed how fragile the illusion is when you poke it with a little common sense. By the end, they'd peeled back every layer of the Newsom persona, until all that was left was the irony. The man selling perfection is running a state that looks like the aftermath at a TikTok challenge gone horribly wrong. And somehow, he still manages to smile through it all, like the chaos itself is part of the plan. The takeaway? Rogan and Tyrus didn't just expose Gavin Newsom, they exposed the whole performance of modern politics. The filters, the slogans, the media love affairs. They showed that behind every perfect image is a story too messy to fit in the frame. And maybe, just maybe, America's next big thing is more style than substance. Still, it's hard not to watch. Because as long as people like Rogan and Tyrus keep asking uncomfortable questions, that glossy facade keeps cracking. And when it does, it's always hilarious to see who scrambles to fix it and who just slaps on another filter. And just when everyone thought Rogan and Tyrus were done, they dove even deeper, right into the Hollywood bubble that's been propping up Newsom's brand for years.
Newsom talks about California. It's like, you know, I'm very big on California, very bullish on California. California has all this industry. Hey, fucko, they're all thinking about moving. The only reason why they don't move is because it's too difficult to move. If it was like every business could instantly pull up roots and replace everything and have everything running in a week at the other place, they'd all be.
You know that weird world where celebrities preach about saving the planet while jetting off on private planes to climate summits? Rogan laughed at the irony. Tyrus rolled his eyes so hard they almost filed for workers' comp. Because apparently California's biggest problem isn't just homelessness or inflation, it's delusion, wrapped in designer suits. They started comparing Newsom's speeches to award show monologues. Long, dramatic, and full of words that sound important but mean absolutely nothing. Every promise feels like a trailer for a movie that never comes out. Coming soon, prosperity, equality, and a working power grid. Spoiler alert, still in production. Rogan pointed out how California's progressive paradise somehow keeps producing policies that even progressives are fleeing. It's like the ultimate magic trick, convincing people to celebrate being taxed into oblivion. Meanwhile, the roads still look like the moon, and every trip to the grocery store feels like a luxury vacation. Tyrus joked that living in California is like dating someone who keeps promising to change. They mean well, but somehow your wallet is always missing at the end. And then came the punchline that tied it all together perfectly.
Maybe you can fix California while you stop by. 2 shows, you should be able to do that.
Hey, you know what? Real funny. So the other night, I got like 3 weeks ago, time flies when you work. I get a text at 2 o'clock in the morning from the president who says, "Hey, bro, I just filled California up with water. Governor's pissed," and sent pictures, LOL post. Who doesn't love this president?
Rogan said, "The scariest part isn't Newsom himself. It's that half the country looks at the chaos and still says, 'Yeah, we should try that.'" The room went quiet for a moment, and then it hit everyone. That perfectly sums up modern politics. People are falling for the packaging, ignoring the expiration date. Tyrus couldn't resist one last jab. He said Gavin Newsom is the kind of guy who could host a bonfire to stop wildfires, then call it innovation. And honestly, he's not wrong. Because when the smoke clears, the truth Rogan and Tyrus revealed isn't about one politician. It's about the whole show. The illusion, the image, the endless applause for problems that never get solved. And that's the real kicker. California may keep burning, but the spotlight never fades. Not when there's still one more headline, one more camera angle, and one more bold vision speech to deliver. Rogan and Tyrus didn't just roast Newsom. They reminded everyone that politics has become performance art. And in that theater, the truth isn't just revealed, it's laughed at, replayed, and memed for the internet to enjoy.